on Saturday, this 31st and final day of January in 2026 at 9:45 a.m. I'm Aaron Wills. This is a random rambling video. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to my channel. Please comment, like, and subscribe before sharing this video and turning on the post notification bells. And I said this is the final day of January in 2026. The first month of 2026 is almost over. Just 11 more to go. Then it'll be Christmas time again.
Being insured. And 6 weeks of insurance certification training.
I don't know if you can see that steam coming off of there, but it's still steaming. Steaming hot coffee.
You want to for support, but we're here for you. All you need to do is call. Medicare beneficiaries choose Medicare Advantage for their healthcare. Humana is one of the largest Medicare Advantage health insurance providers in the
How's everybody doing today? I can tell you I'm not doing very well. I'm probably going to get kicked out of this home starting on Monday. I made a big no-no last night. I called one of the aides an N-word. The N-word, I guess you would say. Per usual, I couldn't stand up to get in bed. And it was like 3:15 a.m. I wanted to finally go to bed. I was extremely exhausted. I didn't want to keep falling out of my wheelchair. If I fall asleep in my chair, a lot of times I've been falling out of my chair onto the floor. And they get mad at me, telling me I did it on purpose. You know what you be doing, they tell me. You did this on purpose. You know what you be doing. Although I've been sleeping in my chair a lot lately, I didn't want to last night. I wanted to get back in the bed. But I needed help to stand up. I can't stand up anymore. I've gained too much weight and now I can't push myself up with one leg. I only have the use of one leg. My right leg works, my left leg is paralyzed. So I just have one leg and one arm with which to push up with. Alright, I said with which to push up. So I wanted to get in bed last night. I put my light on. And the aide came in there and of course our usual said, "What do you want?" Got mad because I put the light on. God forbid that I need help in a nursing home. Why do I live here if I don't need help? I told her I needed help standing up. Told her I needed to be lifted up by my arm. Pull up by my arm and I'll try to stand and you pull me up straight up. I should stand pretty easily then, which is usually what happens. If someone gives me some assistance by my arm, pulls up by my arm, and I do my best to stand up, and usually I go up pretty easily then. Instead, she said she'd hold my chair while I stood up. I told her I can't stand up. She said, "You know how to stand up." I said, "I know how to stand up, I just can't do it." So she refused to help me, and oftentimes my former roommate Patrick, now my neighbor across the hall, Patrick, will come help me. She told him last night that he's not allowed to help me. And so I was getting mad. I was so tired and mad that I started crying. He started laughing at me for crying. The grown-ass man crying, he told me. Well, yeah, I was just so frustrated and so upset. I was so frustrated and so tired. And then she started making fun of the fact that, she said, "Well, you know what? If I wanted to walk down the hall, I can. And if I want to get up in my bed, I can." I said, "Well, congratulations, you haven't had a stroke." She said, "Oh, big baby, poor baby crying." So I was getting more and more upset. She said, "Oh, is poor baby crying?" I said, "You know what? Fuck you." She said, "Fuck you." I said, "Fuck you, you N-word, B-word." So I'll be in trouble, I'm sure, on Monday. I'm going to talk to the nurse this morning about whether she reported it or not. Then I'll know if I'm going to get kicked out of here or not. If I get kicked out of another home, they won't have nowhere to send me. This coffee is tasting good, but it's almost gone. They only gave me 1 cup of coffee. I was supposed to get my roommate's coffee as well, but he drank it. He told me he'd give it to me this morning, but he lied. He lied. He lied to me. Well, I guess that's all I got to say about that. No, I guess I was told the whole story. I called her the N-word, B-word, and I'm sure she reported it last night or this morning. It was after night. It was early this morning at 3:15. I was so mad. I was so mad, and then she started making fun of my disability, and I just lost it. She wouldn't let me help me get to bed, and she wouldn't let Patrick help me. She told Patrick, you're gonna get in trouble if you help him. Pat said, I don't want to get in trouble, man. I said, well, you're not gonna get in trouble. What can I do? She's like, well, I'll tell the administrator that he's been helping you to go to bed. I said, yeah, why don't you tell him you won't help me go to bed? So I don't know, I'm gonna get in trouble at least. I have to explain to the administrator, our black administrator, why I said that. I said, that's big time. To most African Americans, I would say, all of African Americans, they call the N-word, or for someone to use the N-word. Some go as far as to say, if you use the N-word, you're racist, period. I'm not racist, I just go for the throat. When they go for the throat with me, I go for the throat with them. I hope everyone does that. An eye for an eye. It's fight fire with fire. She was going for the throat, so I went for the throat. Well, I'll get in trouble. She won't. I'm certain. I think it's worse to refuse help to a resident when you work as a CNA at a nursing home than it is to be called the N-word. I understand the oppression and the hate that is associated with that word. I understand that. And as a result, I usually don't use it. I usually don't use it. But I was thinking what I could say to her.
Yeah, I'm Karen, Humana sales agent. Here to share three.
I don't know, I already questioned her education for her lack of subject verb agreement. She was saying things like I does, he do, I does do my work. And then she told the witness that she brought in to witness our exchange, he do know how to get in bed. I asked her to define subject verb agreement, and she couldn't. So I questioned her education already. After she was already getting ignorant with me. So I didn't start it. She started it, in my opinion. I'll go back to I didn't tell the whole story. It started in my room when she refused to help me get in bed. That's where it all started. Put the light on. She came in with an attitude about me having put the light on. I asked her if she'd help me stand up. She said, you know how to get in bed. I said, I know how to, but I'm having trouble standing up. So she said, you'll be doing this on purpose. Then you don't want to stand up. You're lazy. Too lazy to stand up and get in bed? I'm not lazy, I just can't do it. I want to go to bed badly, I told her. I want to, trust me, it's 3:15 in the fucking morning. I want to go to bed.
Should expand out of pocket. But with the Medicare and
She said, well, I was just in here a few hours ago and you didn't want to go to bed. I said, well, that was a few hours ago. I don't always want to go to bed, right away. I like to make videos or I like to watch a little TV.
Plan.
Once I hit the bed, I go to sleep. So sometimes I like to sit up.
You won't be pushed.
But I like to sit up for a while sometimes. But I think it's fair enough. I think it's fair enough that at 3:15 a.m. I can have the right to go to bed then. I also have the right that my CNA should help me stand up if I can't stand up. But anyway, it turned out that Patrick came over and he helped me. He called her bluff. He's not gonna get in trouble. I am gonna get in trouble for the word I used, of course. He's not gonna get in trouble for helping me. And we'll see what happens. I'll try to keep you informed unless they just ship me off and hopefully find me a place to go in St. Louis. Last time I had to go down to Phoenix, Missouri on the Arkansas border when they couldn't find me a home in St. Louis anywhere. I will be able to appeal the discharge if they give me a discharge.
People they can report the information and the Medicare plan you need. Feel confident about your health and your health care, no matter where you are on your Medicare journey.
If you're eligible, it's a good idea to have Original Medicare. It gives you coverage for doctor office visits and hospital stays. But if you want even more benefits, you can choose a Medicare Advantage plan, like the ones offered at Humana. Millions of people like you have made that choice because of the extra coverage it provides in a single convenient plan with a $0 or low monthly plan premium. And there's a yearly cap on your out-of-pocket costs. That's something you don't get.
Sorry, I forgot I was recording. Started thinking about shit. Thinking about the last time I was kicked out of a home. I got to appeal it. I was just sitting and taking time to think what I would say if I got kicked out this time and had to appeal my discharge. I mean, I can't lie about what happened tonight or last night. I know earlier this morning. I can't lie about what happened there.
If you have been diagnosed with a chronic condition, Medicare Advantage plans that offer.
Can't lie about that. I'm not gonna lie about that. I could lie about it, but I'm not gonna lie about it. I don't lie. I don't lie, even to save my hide. I will tell them. I will tell everything she did and said about making fun of my disability and making fun of me crying because I was so frustrated and wanted to get in bed. I was crying. I was in tears. I was so mad. Ooh, I was so mad. Then she started making fun of me. I told her, F you. N-word, B-word. Which is horrible. I want to let you know that for any African Americans who are watching this right now, I understand the hatred and the oppression attached to that word. I know it's not just a word as so many of my white friends think or say. It's not just a word. A lot of hatred and oppression attached to that word. Hundreds of years of oppression and hatred. At least decades. I'm sorry to be daydreaming. Oh, I didn't daydream. I was thinking in the middle of this video. So, but for the most part, I was talking to you. But now, after 14 minutes and 14 seconds, I'm going to hang it up. I'm going to tell you 2 fingers A-Dub Club. See you when I see you. Perhaps for the last time at this home. Pizza rolls. Peace.